Hey, what's up guys, Patrick, and it's Voyage to Virtus episode 3, a PvM series I'm doing where I try to get full Virtus. This episode I went to QBD, which is really only good for consistent money. Not that it's a bad thing, you can consistently make about 5 to 6 mil an hour here, but for a series like this, there isn't anything that great in terms of drops that I can show you. The royal crossbow pieces are like 400k, but they're regular items that come pretty close to that, so they don't stand out too much. The only item that's really worth showing is a visage, but that's not common enough to only show visages, and not to mention, I actually didn't even get one this episode. It's crazy to think that people come here so much that all the prices just crash. Jax definitely did a good job when they were trying to raise the prices of the royal crossbow pieces. Speaking of the royal crossbow, by the way, notice I'm using range here. Since my last PvM series was about the Ascension crossbows, I figured I should go to more bosses where these would be more appropriate. And I thought the crossbows would be great to use on QBD, but after using them for this entire episode, not so much. I mean, range is easier to use than melee because you can move around more freely, allowing you to avoid damage. At the same time, it allows you to deal damage. But melee seems to hit so much harder. For example, the fourth phase of QBD is always the biggest pain. You got those things that can stop time, there are 4 of them, and QBD can use the extreme fire breath, so ideally I want to get through it as fast as possible. So I always make sure I go into the fourth phase with 100% adrenaline regardless whether I'm using range or melee. I'm wearing a Ring of Vigor, which preserves some of that adrenaline, and once it starts, I either use the ultimate of Death Swiftness or Berserk. I drink an adrenaline pot, use like 2 basics, then use either Assault or Rapid Fire depending on the combat style I'm using. Both of those are thresholds, by the way. It should be the same thing, right? Well, apparently not, because with melee, it generally dies after using Assault. With range, I still need to use a few more basics, maybe even another threshold. The only real advantage to using range is that it's easier and it's definitely good for beginners to use. The thing about beginners though, I've seen beginners use melee before even when they have no idea what they're doing, and when I say they have no idea what they're doing, I don't just mean they suck at it or something. Like when I first started killing QBD, I sucked at it. I picked up on all the tactics and stuff pretty fast by watching some guides, but it took me a few tries to actually acquire the reflexes to use them properly. I'm not talking about those type of people, I'm talking about the ones that don't even know the tactics. One time someone using a chaotic maul asked me outside the QBE lair why his screen froze and turned a different color, and then when it unfroze he was dead. That was the time freeze, so yeah, if you're a beginner you should definitely use range. Anyways, that's enough about range versus melee. Let's talk about some of the loot. So the first item I picked up was a royal sight, which is a piece of the royal crossbow. It's a unique drop, but it's only worth like 400k, so it's nothing special. I actually got a dragon bone upgrade kit a few kills later, which is also a unique drop, but I'm not even going to bother to show that to you because it's only like 24k. Then I got 200 noted battle staffs. This is actually from the rare drop table, so it's not a unique drop, but it's worth over a mil, so that's good. Last item I'm going to show you guys today is a royal frame, which is another piece of the royal crossbow. It's not much different from getting the royal sight. All the pieces pretty much do the same thing. So here's my loot. I have 58.6 mil loot in my price checker and another 4.8 mil in my money pouch, which totals 63.4 mil. And if you subtract the amount I had last episode, I made 10.7 mil this episode. I still can't believe I got the Saradome and hilt, by the way. It still makes up more than half the money that I got here. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.